political figures of the British Empire in the 19th century, what are we learning? Who the chief prime ministers were during the latter part of the 19th century. What their individual attitudes were towards the British Empire. Do you think they were all in favour of it? No. Were they? No. Have a guess. Go on. What do you think now? No. You say no. Right. Okay. What am I looking for you guys to do? I'm looking for you to be able to explain to each other the chief views and therefore the differences between the prime ministers clearly. Why do we need to look about the different views? What's this whole topic all about? It's all about
change.
Thank you very much. It's all about change. So we're going to be looking how things changed, and I want you to be able to identify clearly at the end of the lesson from a written source that one of the 5 guys we're going to be looking at wrote. Can you understand, can you identify who wrote it from what you know about that particular person? Okay, so that's what we're doing. Who were the leading political figures? I'll leave that there for the time being. Now, what are you going to do to start off with? You may have noticed at the back of the room, I have brought in the contents of the cupboard under my stairs, and a variety of objects. I don't know if you had a chance to look at them, ranging from a ward pistol, a lightsaber, used to work. There's some money. I've counted the money. Nobody running off with that, please. What else we got here? A frying pan. You know, come and have a look at them in a little bit, because this is what I want you to do. In your pairs, I'm going to give you a piece of paper with a description of the actions and the beliefs and the opinions of one of 5 people. 4 of them are British Prime Ministers. One of them is, as I said, one person who wanted to be a British Prime Minister. What you're going to do is this. You're going to read this in your pairs. You're going to pick out the 3 most important opinions, beliefs, practices of that particular person as you see it. I mean, check with me if you want to see if those are the same 3 that I agree with. And when you've come up with those 3, you're going to need to explain them to the rest of the class. But to make it a little bit more entertaining, you're going to find 3 objects which agree with those particular viewpoints. Say, for example, if your character happened to be, let's say, Rhodes, it's not Rhodes, he's not one of them. Where did Rhodes feature in? What did he have an interest in? South Africa. Sorry, Bryony? South Africa. Okay, so he went to South Africa, and he was particularly interested in the diamond mines there. So maybe you could say, well, it's at South Africa, he wants the diamond mines. Oh, well, there we go. Diamond miners need a lot of torches, need lights to be able to see the mines, and so he was interested in using, in the diamond mines and making lots of money out of that. So you need to come and find 3 objects. Christians. Okay, well, which one it would be there? If you, okay, to start off with, tell me about his attitudes towards the Empire. Right from the start of his life.
Yeah.
Strong pro because.
Okay, so he was
He like attacked.
pro, yes.
Yeah.
But was he always?
Says he privately seemed to dislike the hassle of running an empire.
Okay, so did he actually change anything about the Empire?
Exactly. See, should be
Sure.
Did much change under his time?
No,
No,
not really.
no, nothing much at all. So he seemed pro, but actually didn't do much about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so and also for Disraeli, perhaps have a little think about his role with Egypt as well. Okay, what have you got? What's your 3 right points?
Maybe. Isolation.
Yeah, so that it could just trade with
Yes, he did see the importance of Egypt. Talk to me about Salisbury. What did he think more importantly than anything else? What did he want? You can't remember. Just remember. Just might worth jotting some things down. What did he want? Was he? Talk to me about his relationship with the rest of Europe.
Isolation.
Okay, he wanted isolation. Why did he want isolation?
It is French.
Okay. What we're going to do then You're going to come up, you're going to explain your person to the rest of the class using your objects, making sure everyone understands fully about your person. You're going to name them, tell us all about them, and on the board I'm just going to write down the objects that you've got. When you've got the objects, so you need to be listening and paying attention, I'm then going to give you one of these sheets. This sheet has got 5 sources on it, only short ones, but they're written by those 5 guys on the board. And then, remembering what you've used, can you then work out who said this, and just beneath each one of these sources, write down why you think that person said that. Happy? Okay, great. Volunteer to go first then, please.
We do it.
Excellent, Morgan. Nice and loud.
Our first object is Jive Mango Chutney, which...
Sorry, say who you're dealing with
Oh,
first.
yeah, sorry. We're doing Palmerston. This represents India, which Palmerston was his aggressive suppression of the Indian Mutiny. He was pro-empire and he was racist towards the Indians as well. And under his leadership in India, the Raj was formed. So that's why that's for India.
Yeah, we've got the bottle of champagne, which is basically initially the British and French worked together in the Crimean War, but after that the British became scathing of the French intentions and fortified their land borders, which led to approval from Queen Victoria.
The pumice stone's our last object. This was his nickname, and it represents his aggressive nature.
Okay, India what? Indian mutiny, okay, so he was part of that. Champagne, why the champagne?
Because they fought with the French.
Because he was nervous, he was going to fight the French. Why the pumice stone?
He was aggressive.
He was aggressive and abrasive and he wanted to build up the empire, yeah. Gladstone, why the lightsaber?
Because he attacked Israeli, wanted to defend the empire.
Yeah, wanted to defend the empire, be really... he was quite keen on tearing up the empire, if you like. Okay, why a sad pyramid?
He didn't want to invade Egypt.
He didn't want to invade Egypt, but he did have to. Yeah, okay, so he was quite keen to build up non-stick frying pan. Morgan, why the non-stick frying pan?
Didn't get stuck, tied down in too many places.
Particularly
Alliance.
alliances. Remember, alliances didn't want to get bogged down, tied with any other countries to be brought into war. And why the unicycle?
Balance of power.
Yeah, keeping a balance of power, making sure no one country in Europe got too powerful. Everyone happy about all those?
Yep.
Okay, right. So here's your sources. Again, you can work in pairs. You can help each other on this one because you should now be experts on at least one person. Write on the sheet, who is it and why?
I think that's this is one Palmerston.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salisbury.
Why Salisbury? It is Salisbury, yes.
doesn't
Half civilised government.
Yeah.
From the non-stick frying pan doesn't
Yeah.
like being tied down with different countries.
Absolutely. Okay, so source, if you think, okay, for the last 20 years we've been engaged with different powers, notably Germany and France, in adjusting conflicting
Yeah.
claims and bargaining so as to get rid of causes of friction. That's the whole balance
Yeah.
of power.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
That one.
Yes and yes. Why?
Gladstone is like, this is a monstrous claim,
Go on.
saying that we can have like England here and India here,
Yeah.
and like owning everything.
Good, so he was against the empire,
Yeah.
good.
So that
And
one's
why?
just saying that
It's
It's what-
quite
They're
racist.
like-
Like,
Yeah, indecisive. Who